So I'll just show you this rat run spring snare. Now it's pretty much a spring snare, but it's made to be self-contained, and also you can use this on hard ground like concrete, or you could use this indoors, and it's made to be used on a rat's run. So you'd have the snare going over the run, hoping he'll run through it, get caught and then thrown up in the air. If it's normal soft ground, you could just put a bent stick in the ground, but obviously that's not always the case. So a self-contained piece which can be carried around and moved around. So a flat board at the bottom, we've got a bendy arm working off of a spring, and on the end of that is a piece of string, and on the end of that is a small snare. And just beyond the snare is a small piece like a teeler, and it's the trigger mechanism as well. And that'll hold it, this part will hold it where you want it, and on the end there is a small loop, and that small loop goes over this tiny little bit of nail sticking out of there. So I'll set it and show you. So you got to kind of set your snare a bit first, because it goes off fairly easy. Pull it down, and you just hook the little bit of the wire loop. I'll show you a close-up in a minute. A little bit over the wire loop. Over the nail, and you got to hope the rat will run through it. When he runs through, you run through the snare, get caught and then pulled up in the air. Or if it doesn't pull him right off the ground, it will grab him good though, at least. Obviously it doesn't yank a human hand up very well, but an animal, I reckon this would yank up pretty decent. And you can get a good setting on that if you got it right. I'll show you a close-up. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just on that tiny little bit of nail there, and then your snare can be set on a run, and it goes up to there, and we've got the spring and a screw at the bottom. And this way also, I haven't put the board across the bottom, so his natural run has not been touched at all. So I'll show you outside kind of how you might set it. So you see there, that was his run, say along here, along this wall. You could set it like that, possibly behind something that's already there, and hopefully we'll run through it. Say for example, he was running down the side of a bin, and put this down the side of the bin, kind of hide it behind it, If it wasn't, you know, if it was just running along an open wall, you'll have to just try it like that. That's how you'd have to set it, just out in the open.